Hi, welcome to Stellar Yoga. My name is Estelle. Today we're going to have a class where we focus on tuning into ourselves and just getting in touch with how we're feeling inside, which is especially important right now, where the world is going through a lot of difficult times. This class is particularly intended for people who are going through a loss or grieving, either for a personal loss, for something like losing a loved one, or for societal grief, grieving the things that are happening to our communities or our countries right now. For this class, it's going to be extremely gentle. We're going to be seated for most of the time. So I encourage you to have a cushion or even to sit in a chair if that's the most comfortable way for you to stay seated for a while. We'll do a little bit of gentle movement, especially in the second half of class. I will also invite you, before we get started, to make yourself a hot beverage that you like. So I'm having a cup of tea. You could also make yourself a cup of tea. Any kind of tea is fine, green, herbal, black. I'm having a cup of chai tea, but you could also have hot chocolate or coffee if you like that, or apple cider, anything that you enjoy. I'm filming this in the fall, so a hot drink is especially nice this time of year, but I find that a hot drink is comforting any time of the year when I'm looking for a little bit of comfort. So I will encourage you to get a hot drink now. Go ahead and make it as hot as it comes off the stove or off of the kettle, because we'll take a few moments now to let that cool down and steep while we're grounding. So if you need to pause, go ahead and do that now and then come back when you have your drink. If you don't like hot drinks, feel free to just get yourself a glass of water or something else that you like. When you're ready, come ahead into any form of comfortable seat. So that can be on a cushion, that can be up against the wall, that can be in a chair. You can sit on some blankets rolled up, on some pillows rolled up, anything that will make you comfortable. Your feet and your legs can be in any position that feel good to you, that you feel like you can sit in for a few minutes. And when you've made all your adjustments and you're feeling comfortable, go ahead and take either a soft gaze down towards the floor or close your eyes. Just take a couple slow, deep breaths at your own pace. And with each exhale, just feel yourself arrive in this moment. Notice which parts of your body are making contact with the earth. Notice which parts of your body are making contact with yourself. If there are any sounds around you, take note of that. Maybe birds or a clock. Notice if there are any scents around you, the smell of rain or a candle. And with each exhale, just feel your body sink deeper into the earth. Notice yourself. Notice how you arrive on the mat today. In particular, take a moment to notice how your heart arrives. And notice how your body arrives. If you notice any subtle or less subtle sensations. Notice how your mind arrives, if it's tired or busy or any other state that it might arrive in. And know that however your heart arrives, however your body arrives, however your mind arrives, you're exactly where you need to be right now. And however you arrive in this place is okay. Continue taking some slow, deep inhales and exhales at your own pace. And maybe try focusing your inhale on your heart space. Breathing in space to any part of that that feels hurt or wounded or tired or sore. And when you breathe out, try to let just a little bit of that go with your exhale. Not expecting that we will empty it of those feelings, but just to release a little bit of that tension with the breath. And just notice how you feel, how your heart feels, how your mind feels, how your body feels. As you sit here for another couple moments, focusing on your breath or the way that your body touches the earth, or a sound or a smell, whichever of these things helps you to feel in this moment right now. And just take a moment to check in here with how you really arrive on the mat today. Without any judgments about how you should arrive or how you want to arrive, just notice what it's like to be you right now. And if any emotions arise while you're checking in with yourself, whatever those emotions are, just notice them, know that they're okay. And if you like, try to just breathe into them. And as you exhale, if you like, try to let go of anything that isn't serving you in this moment. Take a few more breaths here if you like. And when you're ready, you can gently begin to blink your eyes open. If you have a cup of tea, go ahead and check the temperature on it. Have a few sips if you like. And as you sip your drink, again, just notice the sensations of the mug in your hands or the glass in your hands, the warmth of it or the coolness of it. And as you have a drink, notice the warmth in your mouth, the warmth that it can bring to your heart. Notice the flavors. Just mindfully having a few sips. And then after you've had some tea, we're going to do some gentle facial massage because a lot of the nerves that are in your face, especially those involving, for example, swallowing tea or a drink, they're associated, they connect with the part of your nervous system which focuses on calming you down. So the autonomic nervous system, it has two parts. It has your flight or fight or freeze or fawn response. So that's your sympathetic nervous system. That keeps you alive for urgent, immediate threats. And then you have your parasympathetic nervous system, and that's the part of your body that allows you to rest and heal, your body to repair things, and it's the part that calms you down and makes you feel, it's active when you feel safe and calm. And the nerves that control that parasympathetic nervous system, they innervate your facial nerves as well. and they're involved in things like speaking, the voice, swallowing, smiling, your facial expressions. So sometimes when we've experienced a lot of loss or grief, we're holding that in places in our face that we can just take a moment now to get in touch with and try to release a little bit of that tension. So go ahead and bring a couple fingers just to the space between your eyebrows on your forehead and just give that some pressure and maybe a circular motion. In yoga, this is the seat of your sixth chakra, which is where your intuition lies. And it also lines up with, in the center of your brain, a few really important glands that help regulate your emotional state and your growth state. And it's also, if you furrow your eyebrows when you're not feeling so great or you're worried, a spot that can get a lot of work out. Just go ahead and gently rub that spot. You can start to expand to your eyebrow and the bones that sit under your eyebrows, and even around from the center of your eyes underneath the very top of your cheekbone. Just gently press into one spot and then slowly bring your fingers along the ridge of those bones outwards. It doesn't need to be hard. It can be just as firm as it feels good to you. And as you do this, just notice what comes up for you, what you feel. And you can, as you come out, come to your temples and rub your temples. You can stay in any spot as long as you like, or as short as you like. And you can explore other parts of your face that feel good as well, or just that feel, and just notice what you feel. You can try your jaw, the muscles in your jaw. If you grind your teeth or clench your jaw, this might be a space that you want to explore. There's another point. If you go down on either side of your nose and out just a centimeter or two, find the very bottom of your cheekbone there. Just press into that a little bit. This is an acupressure point. Just notice what you feel in these different places. You can also move out to your ears, pressing, squeezing, or gently rubbing along the edges of your ears, all the way to your lobes. You can go in from there a little bit, and you can even rub just gently the whole ear. And when you're ready, just take a moment to pause. Take a couple breaths. Notice how you feel. And from here, using whichever side you'd like to start with, go ahead and start to bring some pressure to the muscles that run up and down your neck on either side. So I'm starting with the right side, but you can start with whichever side you like. Just where your skull meets your neck, there are two ropey bands of muscles that start at your neck and go all the way down to your sacrum. So just start to press one spot there and roll your fingers around it. And then press a different spot, maybe lower down. Just go a little bit at a time, slowly down that muscle until you reach your shoulders. And then maybe just press into your shoulders, roll your fingers back and forth. You can start in from your shoulder and slowly work your way out to the top of your shoulder. You may want to change hands so that you're not using that shoulder muscle on your right side. You can use your left finger for the outer edges of that shoulder muscle. Just rolling and pressing those muscles between your fingers. And noticing what you feel and what comes up. Hey, don't drink my tea. And when you've finished that right neck and shoulder, you can go ahead and start on your left. Again, starting at the point where your neck meets your head, and then slowly, gently, or as firmly as you like, working your way down the neck to find your shoulder muscles. Just pressing your fingers into the back and rolling them forwards if that feels good. Or exploring other motions with your fingers that you like on your muscles. And again, you might want to, as you get to the farther edge of your shoulder, use the other hand. So this muscle is fully relaxed and you can get to the outer edges. Explore around the curves of your shoulder blades. Always being careful just to press muscles and not onto your bones. And when you've explored that side, just give your shoulders a couple rolls in whatever direction feel good. You can involve your neck as well. Rolling it from one side to the other, or all the way around. And then coming back to those ropey muscles, starting with one hand on the opposite side. So I'm making a little fist with my hand, and then I'm using these knuckles on the ropey part of my back on the left side. And I'm just going like back and forth over that ropey muscle, starting as high as I can reach, and then moving down about a centimeter at a time. As low down as it feels good to you. If you want more pressure, you can use the other hand to help. And when you've finished on that first side, when you're ready, you can go ahead and start on the other side. Again, making a gentle fist and using the big knuckles to just roll across those muscles at the top of your back and slowly work your way down. And as you do this, if you find a spot that you really want to stay on, please feel free to do that. You're just working into finding what's in those muscles for you, finding what they're holding on to, if anything. And then maybe helping them to release any bit of that that's not serving you. Just helping it to relax a little bit. And again, when you've finished with that side, when you're ready, just come back to center, to sit for a moment. If you like, close your eyes. Come back to the anchor you picked at the beginning, either your breath or the sensation of your body on the earth, or sound or smell. And just take a moment here to check in. With how you're arriving right now. And again, this is a moment where you can take a sip, a few sips of your drink. Just having a very mindful experience of it, noticing the way it feels in your hands, the sensation it brings you to hold it. If you're cold, I like to hold the hot drink to my chest where it really feels like it heats my heart, my soul. It brings some warmth to that. And then have some drinks if you'd like. Again, just notice the sensations of taste, of warmth or coolness. Eva is joining us for a drink of her water right now. So I can hear her little lappings, drinking her water while I drink my tea. And just experience this moment of sitting here, being present with yourself, drinking a cup of tea. Again, when you're ready, we're going to give our feet a little bit of love. If you're sitting on a chair, you can bring your foot up and cross it over your knee. I find this a bit more comfortable if I'm not on a cushion while I'm sitting on the ground. Just starting on whichever side you like, just reach your hand around your foot and start. Bring your thumbs to the underside of your feet and slowly press in and spread them out. So you're starting to massage the underside of the knuckles of your feet. You can give your toes a squeeze all together. You can go one by one, giving each of them a little squeeze and a roll. Maybe press your fingers around, roll around the knuckle of your big toe. Squeeze that outside of your foot, the edge. If you want to pick it up, you can squeeze that outside edge, pressing and pulling outwards. Sometimes it feels really good to squeeze your heel, like you're pulling a sock off. Just pressing into different parts of your heel, your ankle. You can use the knuckles of your fingers to just roll down the arch of your foot. And again, just notice if you're carrying anything in your feet. If any emotions arise or feelings. Our feet do so much for us. They carry us through life. And a lot of times they don't get enough attention until there's actually something wrong with them. But they can hold so much sensation, emotion. And it's nice to offer them a little bit of attention and some gratitude for the fact that they keep us standing, that they keep us moving forward, no matter what comes for us. So maybe offer this foot gratitude for all that it's doing for us every day. Whether it does that perfectly or not, just grateful for what it does offer us, for the strength it has, for the dexterity, for the power. And if you like, you can slowly move your fingers up and down on the top of your foot, going to the base of each toe and just tracing upwards. There are a lot of little tiny muscles in here too that don't get a lot of attention. And again, you can use your two thumbs to press upwards and outwards on that, finding all these little unappreciated muscles that work so hard for us. Maybe our toes toes on top. And when you feel like that foot has gotten enough love, give it one last squeeze. Appreciate it. And set it down. And then we can move to the other foot. And again, you can, if you'd like to stretch your legs out at any point, you can feel free to do that, especially since we've been sitting for a while. If you're seated in a chair, it's often a good position to just cross that leg over the opposite knee, but you can also do that sitting down if that helps you to reach it. And you can be in any position that's comfortable for you, and it might be different on different sides depending on the nuances of each of your knees. So again, you can start by pressing your thumbs up and then out on the base of your sole of your foot, under the knuckles, under those thick pads that protect the muscles and the joints of the bottom sides of our feet. In many traditions, the foot represents the whole body, and when you press on different parts of it, it activates different parts of the rest of your body. So by giving our feet a full, loving massage, sometimes it can make your whole body feel a little bit better. Just explore what your feet like. If they like pressure, if they like pinching, if they like rolling, if they just like a gentle squeeze. Try to get all the parts of it, even the edges. Just noticing what your feet like or what comes up for you when you give them this attention. And don't forget your heel, your Achilles, your ankle. The tops of your toes. And the tops of your feet. Again, think about how much this foot does for you. The stability it provides. The movement, the freedom that comes with being able to walk, to stand, to move forward. And maybe give this foot some gratitude as well, thanking it for everything that it's done for you, continues to do. And spend as much time as you'd like on this foot. If there are any areas that you feel need special attention, and when you're feeling done with that foot, again, give it a gentle squeeze. come back to any comfortable seated position. And again, just find your anchor and take a few breaths. Notice what your experience on the mat is right now. If you'd like, go ahead and have another couple sips. And then just for a moment, if you'd like, gently stretch your legs out. You can open them wide, just to bring some movement there into your hips, which have been folded as we sat for a long time. You can bring them in front of you. Just explore what it feels like they need right now. We'll do a little bit of movement here now. Just moving from side to side a little bit to wake up our spine, our hips, our body that we have so lovingly pressed into and released some of the tension. Just let your head fall from side to side slowly. If you want to round forward, really just finding the movements that feel authentic to you. If you'd like, you can bring a hand up. If you'd like, you can twist around or fold over. You can open or close your heart. Again, just finding things that feel really authentic for your body right now. And honoring that by using those movements and not feeling like you need to do what I'm doing or what anyone else is doing, what you think yoga should look like, just honoring yourself. And that's the true yoga. It might be different on different sides. It's okay. When you've finished exploring the side to side, the twisting, the opening and closing, whatever motions are authentic for you, we're going to slowly come to a standing forward fold. So you can get up in any way that is intuitively right for you. So that might be coming onto all fours And then slowly coming up from there, you can also just sort of walk your hands and feet together. It might be rolling forward from your cross-legged position. You can also move through a squat. And then just really slowly and gently, you can have your legs bent. You can have them in any orientation that feels good to you. So they can be turned out or facing straight ahead or turned in, or however your legs want to be right now. Find a place. You can walk your hands forward, but find some sort of orientation. And also you can use pillows under your hands or blocks or anything if you need to bring the floor towards you. Or bend your knees. Just find a position where you can have your hands and your feet on the ground and you can let your neck go. And just breathe into this for a moment. If it feels right for you, you can bend your knees, your elbows. Just make sure that your neck is completely relaxed. Just letting your spine traction a little bit here through gravity. And when you've been here long enough, really carefully and slowly, just slowly roll up to standing. We've had our heads down for a long time though, so just keep it really gentle. You can bring your hands to your knees. You can open your eyes for some balance. And just really slowly and gently let yourself roll up to standing. Find a comfortable stance. If it feels good, you can close your eyes if you feel stable like that. Just take a moment to breathe. And notice what it's like to be in this new relationship with gravity. If it feels right for you, we'll just take a few movements here, reaching our arms up, spreading the legs wide, and sinking down a little bit, bringing your hands to heart center. Again, reaching your arms up, stretching out, and then sinking down to your heart. And then one more time, rising up. And this time, you can keep your legs straight, just sink your hands to your heart. If you'd like, you can interlace your hands so that your thumbs are pressing into your sternum and your hands are holding each other, almost holding your heart in a hug. You can also bring one hand to your heart and one hand on top of that hand. Whatever feels supportive and loving for you. Take a few breaths here. Again, coming back to your anchor, the breath, the feeling of your feet pressing into the earth, the sounds around you, the scents around you. And take 3 long, deep inhalations and exhalations. With each exhalation, feel yourself grounding into the earth more, letting go of what you don't need right now. And after your final exhalation, blink your eyes open. I know that losing someone you love or experiencing trauma to your community, it's incredibly painful and it's incredibly hard. But the one thing that we can always rely on is to find the breath, to find some peace in our heart, to just check in with yourself. You always have that capacity to care for yourself and to give yourself what you need. But sometimes we don't know what we need. So taking this moment to check in, to just feel what we're feeling is really important. And please know that even in these difficult times, you have a community, you have people that love you and that care for you and that are here for you. And you can reach out to them when you need support. If you have a few more sips of your tea, you can go ahead and take that now. You can also just move forward into the rest of your day. You can drink your tea and transition then into the rest of your day. I will take this moment to just thank you from the bottom of my heart for practicing with me today and for taking the time to check in with yourself, to get in tune with what's happening inside, and for offering yourself compassion and love and care as you do that. Hope as you go forward with the rest of your day today, you can take some periodic moments to also again check in. If you have a ritual that brings you comfort, like lighting a candle or having a cup of tea, I hope you can schedule those into your day when you need them. And if you ever need to come back and you need some support tuning in, this class is always available for you. Thank you so much for practicing with me today.